Hey guys, how you doing? It's Coach Mitch here. Let's get right down into it. Why are so many people not passing the Secret Service Super Interview? It's not a secret. Most of the majority of people who take the Secret Service Super Interview do not pass. First thing, I'll give you this right to the point. You sound like everybody else. This panel knows this. So what do I mean by that? You walk in there, you sit down, and the first thing they're asking you is probably why do you want to be Secret Service, right? And so they're hearing things like, I want to serve, I'm passionate, I work hard. Those are the same criteria you would use for any job. Maybe McDonald's flipping burgers, maybe digging a ditch, right? Serving, of course, serving burgers. You're passionate about making burgers. You work hard to make those burgers. If you cannot think of a better answer that separates you from a fry cook, then we got a problem. And no diss on fry cooks. I love my burgers too, right? So, but they hear that all day long. What this panel is really asking you with that question is why you? What is it about you that wants to join Secret Service? Not this nice, generic, topical answer, I want to serve my country. It's a given because once you wear the badge, you are serving your country. But they're looking for something that shows clear thinking and experiences that fold into that answer. Number two, a lot of you are falling on your face with this stuff with the star. You gotta stop with the star, right? Situation, task, action, result. Fantastic, great. It doesn't fit there because you're memorizing the structure of STAR, right? STAR, right? But the problem is that the structure is STAR, but it's not substance, right? STAR works great in the civilian type interview. When you're in my coaching program, we rarely come across that. Our STAR is embedded within the answers as we go back and forth. But it's not the primary, guys. I can always tell people use STAR. It's so robotic. It's so generic. It's just structure, but no substance, right? They're not evaluating you on format, right? In the civilian interview, format's fantastic. It works great for them, right? But it doesn't carry over into the Secret Service Super Interview. In that arena, they're judging you on judgment, decision making, control under pressure. You have to have answers that do not lack depth. They have to be able to understand where you're coming from and get into the situation you bring up to them in the answer so they can relate to your answer. Meaning that you have to have some depth, get into the minutia of the answer. Don't be scared, because when you keep it generic and topical, they know that and they don't want to deal with that. They want to deal with you, the real person. Believe me, you, the real person, versus Joe, the generic guy who you compete against. Mr. Generic is going to be for the civilian world for his whole life because he did not reveal who he really is in the interview. They want to hear that. Guys, I'm telling you this time and time again. I've been doing this for 7 years now. They want to get into the real you, who you are really. Number three is this. So many of you, because you're intimidated, I think, you get into this part where you're trying to sound impressive instead of trying to be honest. They want honest. So a lot of candidates, right, they like to exaggerate, over talk, or even try to sell themselves, right? This panel of people in front of you, they're not stupid. They understand what's going on. They do this for a living, right? They know if you're being precise. They know if you're being honest. They know if you have control of the situation, right? They also know when you're pushing heavy on ego, you're pushing heavy on overconfidence, and you're rambling. Rambling is always the first indicator I can see in my coaching program. They can see as well in the interview program as well that you are going to have a hard time because you are doing nothing but constant rambling. And they are not about that because they do not want to be impressed. They want to hear answers from you that make sense. Number four, the mission. Tell me right now, what's the mission of Secret Service? If you don't know that right now, then we got a problem already, right? Boom, put it to the side, it's fine. Look it up later. Most candidates don't understand that there is not a singularity to Secret Service. It's a duality to Secret Service. Yes, it serves two purposes. People always think, oh, they protect. Yeah, they protect for sure, right? But they also have an investigative arm. And you need to be able to explain that as well in your answers. Well, how to do that? We work together on that. I'll show you how it's done. Because you want your answers to sound like it makes sense to them because you got to have the duality. You don't want to have this generic just speaking only about the one part. Oh, we protect and we protect this and protect that, but protect. And you forget about the financial investigations they do also. There are a duality. Number 5, they purposely put you under pressure to see how you do. That's part of the game. It's part of how it works in the interview. So here's how I know my coaching program, how they know too, is that you're rushing answers. Now, people in my program know we talk about tonality, the flow. Everybody knows in my program what the flow is. We go for the flow. So candidates there for the first, second time, whatever, they rush their answers. They over-explain. They get flustered. And the panel knows you cannot perform when it counts. But Coach Mitch, that's not fair. It's the interview. Life isn't fair, okay? If you don't understand that, you shouldn't be going for the interview in the first place, because in Secret Service, you're gonna see a lot of stuff that isn't fair about life. They're not there to make your life fair. They're there to make sure you're a good fit for Secret Service. This starts with my coaching program for sure. You practice. Either way, you cannot go in there losing control under pressure, because they are testing you for what? Emotional maturity. That's a huge one. They will test you for time and time again. That is embedded within my coaching program as well. This is why I have the 90.4% success rate. I want you to pass. Get to my link below, go to my calendar, I can help you as well. Guaranteed? No, nothing's guaranteed. But 9 out of 10 passing is not bad at all. And so you have to understand that you do not want to lose control under pressure. That's imperative, right? Another thing too, the confidence, right? A lot of people walk in there thinking that they are ready. This is the biggest one, right? I practice with my friends, I practice online, I go here, go there, so I'm ready. They walk in there, they see 3 people look at them. Oh my gosh, this isn't what I thought it'd be. Boom, right? You feel confident, you get shot down, right? You watch a few videos, you get shot down, right? You practice alone, you get shot down, right? And then you realize this isn't what was expected. In my coaching program, we just don't talk about the interview, we talk about the environment, the agents you're gonna be facing, the questions they're gonna ask you, how to answer those questions, where to sit, how to walk, how to talk. We go through all that because I want to get you guys ready. It's just not the interview alone. I teach you all that. You don't want to wait until the last day or two before you come to me for help. I'm here to help you. I've been doing this for many, many years. But you gotta give yourself and me a chance to help you, okay? That's how that works. So most of you guys are candidates for Secret Service super interview. Don't fail because they're unqualified. No, they fail because they don't understand how they are being evaluated. This panel here is talking to you in a certain way because they are evaluating you in a certain way. And this is exactly what I fix for you. If you're serious about the Secret Service super interview, do not walk in there guessing. Link down below. Get into my calendar and I'll show you how it's done. I am here for you. I want you to get that badge so you too can become part of the Secret Service. Do not get in there saying, I want to serve my country. They're going to say, oh God, another one. Don't do it. Take care, guys. Coach Mitch. Bye-bye.